Hello, I'm Martin Leifeld, and today I'd like to explore with you the topic preparing our solicitation calls. When we're going to go and speak with a donor, with a prospective donor, we need to prepare in advance. And we do so out of respect for the person or persons we are going to engage with, in order to be as effective and as impactful as we possibly can. So in preparing the solicitation call, we do what we like to call structuring. We outline the call, the steps in the call, and we do so in writing. In fact, I have a PDF for you that you can download. I'll make available at the end of this 5-minute presentation. So what we need to do is we outline it in writing, sequencing in our minds, thinking through what it is we want to communicate and when. And then we need to rehearse the solicitation call. As I've shared in the past, back when I began to do major gift fundraising, crisscrossing Southern Illinois on behalf of the Diocese of Belleville, I would rehearse literally out loud that key solicitation sentence, so that no matter what the circumstances would be once I was engaged with the donor, whether I felt nervous or fearful, all I had to do is begin that sentence and out it would come, and I would be able to ask for the funds for our important institution. So we need to rehearse, to practice out loud. And what I do as a practice, and I've been doing this for most of my career, and certainly at the University of Missouri St. Louis these last 8+ years, is I review with someone in advance. I'll talk about the call, the purpose of the call, what I hope to accomplish through the call, and actually rehearse the key sentence or sentences I plan to use and review them to get the input of others. And I find that to be most helpful indeed. In fact, upon my return, I will share with that person or persons what it is I learned and how the call went. Now, if you're bringing others with you, you need to prepare them in advance for the solicitation call, to meet with them, to walk through how the call is going to happen, what you want them to do, what you and perhaps others, if there are third or fourth members there, what each person is to do as when, and then you go and you facilitate the call, calling upon them to make their contribution. And at least in my case, I always leave the solicitation for me to do on the call. Sometimes it's wise to go solo, to go by yourself, perhaps because there's a certain delicacy in the conversation that will be necessary that you anticipate. Perhaps you need to create a certain intimacy for full disclosure between the donor, the prospect, and yourself. And it could be that bringing an additional person could complicate the goal and the outcome that you desire to have. Sometimes the dynamics of a third person inhibits in some respects the donor or prospect from being fully honest and direct and frank with you in the solicitation conversation. On the other hand, bringing others, whether to round out your call, to bring additional perspective and insight in terms of what you're asking the person or persons to support, can be most helpful. And certainly bringing someone along for training purposes can be very, very helpful for them as well. Sometimes bringing an additional person brings an additional pressure upon the prospect and the donor as they consider your request for support. I wonder what you think about all of this that I've shared with you today about preparing a solicitation call. I would ask you to go to martinleifeld.com to download the PDF. Please like this message. Please share this message. And thank you very much for viewing and for listening.